What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna go over the patch notes for the new upcoming update, which is 2.999. Oh yes, let's go. Here is the website, and I'm gonna be linking it in the description down below if you want to read all of this. I'm only gonna be choosing the most important parts of this to go over. And also, by the way, this is my first time reading Conan Exiles patch notes. But anyways, let's go start with this one. New additions. New avatar done gam, which I'm assuming it's this one right here. But let's read right here. Powering up and on the scene. The Automaton Avatar done gam in our continuing mission to create the most authentic Hyborian experience possible. Exiles from all corners of the lands may now summon this fearsome machination of war to obliterate their foes. Oh yes, and if you're wondering what is an avatar is basically the gods that you could summon in this game. How do you summon them? You have to have the highest tier of the shrine, and then after that collect a few more resources, and there you go, you could summon them. But now let's continuing reading on to this one right here. Cast in the cold star metal and powered by the wailing souls of the fallen. Dungam features rapid burst jump jets allowing for limited flight and boosting capability, as well as high intensity thermal lances and a suite of close combat flechette launchers for maximum effectiveness in all theaters of combat. I don't know what a flechette is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, sorry if I'm not, but this is pretty cool though, because right here, jump jets allowing for limited flight and boosting capability. What it means right here is it means that it could fly as well as boost itself to go faster. That's what I'm assuming what it means, which is pretty cool. And so let's read this one right here. Added other new pieces of content for that guy with 6,000 logged hours that complained there is no content in the game, which I'm assuming that they're adding more content to the game, because 6,000 logged hours, that is a lot of time to be playing Conan Exiles. But before I go any further, I do want to say this. I'm going to be explaining this to the best of my abilities, because some of these are pretty confusing and kind of hard to understand. But anyways, let's continue on to right here, AI and Thrall Fixes. So this first bulletin right here, followers can now pathfind correctly in a straight line most of the time. So right here, this line right here, most of the time, I think it means that, let's say for an example, right, you are in a maze type dungeon, and let's say you go through it, right, trying to figure out, okay, how do I get to the other side? And you have a follower, whether it be a thrall, horse, or animals. It won't be able to follow you through in a straight line because you are in a maze. But that doesn't really matter, because if you go far enough, your followers will teleport to you. So let's move on to the next bulletin. Followers can now wear Denver Broncos caps in honor of Scott, Kappas included. I don't know who Scott is, sorry, but it's cool that followers can now wear this right here. More clothes for the followers, more designs for them, always awesome. And then right here, added new and elusive thrall called Storm. It can be found based on RNG. So RNG right here basically means that it's not 100%, it's basically more like a 50-50 chance. 50% chance it might appear, 50% chance it might not. Hiding in bushes or dark corners of the exile lands and Owls of Sifta. Oh, hopefully I said that. Sifta, right? Hopefully I did. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But I have not made content on Owls of Sifta yet because I have not played it yet. But I will play it and I will make content of it in the future. But anyways, going back to this one right here is a little bit confusing. I don't know exactly what it means. I'll try to explain it. What I think in my brain going through right now, I think it means that if you go to like the corners of the map, right, all the way to the end of the map, whether it be north, south, east, or west, because you will see this green looking wall. Do not go through it, because if you do, you will die. And so that's what I'm assuming where it spawns and what it means by dark corners. But this one right here, Storm, is a tier 4 taskmaster, which is cool. Another tier 4 thrall, awesome. They will make your thralls more efficient and focused, but in exchange will have terrible webcam and audio quality during Wheels of Pain meetings. This, I don't entirely understand what the hell this means. Terrible webcam? Huh? They have webcams since when? Audio quality? So does that mean if you put them in a Wheel of Pain, they will have terrible audio quality? That's pretty stupid. Also, Wheel of Pain meetings. What is Wheel of Pain meetings? So do they just suddenly, while they're in a Wheel of Pains, they just be like, okay, let's stop what we're doing and let's go discuss something? I don't know what this means. Somebody can explain to me in the comment section down below what that means, because I don't know. So let's move on to the next one. Followers can now leave your base to collect resources and do other chores for you, with a 95% chance for them to never return. With that treatment, what did you expect? So they're adding a new function. Here's what I have a problem with this. A 95% chance for them to never return. Why would you add a function if they're not going to return 95% of the time? That's way too high of a risk. If you're going to have that high of a risk, might as well not add it. Because in my head, I'm like, whoa, why am I going to do this to like my tier 4 thrall if they're just not going to return? That's way too high of a risk. I will never use this function. I honestly think that they should decrease it. At the very least, decrease it to 70%, because 95% is just way too much. So let's move on to the next one. Thralls have now a 5% chance to scream harder when bonked with a truncheon, kappas included.
Oh, harder, daddy.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Bruh. Big bats have been added as flying mounts, so you can terrorize your neighbors at night. Oh my. To balance this, you now walk very, very slowly. So what I'm thinking of big bats is those giant bats that you see in the unnamed city. But here's what I kind of have a problem with this. You will now walk very, very slowly. So does that mean when you have those big bats follow you, you suddenly become very slow even though you're not encumbered? If that's the case, that is very stupid and they need to change this. But if not, and let's say they're doing like this parrot thing where they just go on your shoulder, though that's kind of weird because they're pretty big, then okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. But this right here, they need more explanation on this, because like, what does this mean? Alright, let's move on to the next one. Purge Fixes. The Purge system has been renamed to Gaslighting. Bit strange, but alright. And its bar will now stay at 100% for weeks at a time, not letting you know when it will strike. But it will. Alright, this one I do understand. I completely understand what it means by that. So basically, it will come at a random. They now have the Purge system randomized. That's what I think it means. But then changing to gaslighting, that's a bit strange, not gonna lie. Like, what is the purpose of then changing it to gaslighting? Purge is just a fine name for it. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Rework the wave distribution to include a hot dog and beverage seller every 2 waves as our next revenue model. I don't know what this means. Next revenue model? Huh? Hello? So does that mean during a purge, right? They'll have a hot dog person, right? So here's what I'm assuming this means. It could go 1 or 2 ways that it's playing on my head right now. One way is that it's a purge thrall, and when you encounter it, it will literally throw hot dogs at you. That's one way. Second way is that it won't actually attack you, and you could go up to it and you could buy a hot dog from it using either gold coins or silver coins. Same thing with the beverage seller. It could go 1 or 2 ways. It could attack you with beverages, or you could actually buy the beverages from them. And so let's move on to the next one, which is the general bug fixes. You can now dye your weapons with NFT designs as long as your provider isn't hacked this week. I did not know this, that Conan Exiles has NFT designs. They have NFTs. I did not know this at all, which is okay. And if you're wondering what is my stance on NFTs, I'm literally neutral. I do not hate it, nor do I like it. I'm just literally neutral on it. But here's what I find a little bit stupid with this. You could have NFT designs, right? But if your provider is hacked within that week that you're trying to add an NFT design, that means you can no longer add it. That, I think it's stupid, because your provider being hacked is out of your control. You cannot control that whatsoever. That is their own security problems that they have if they get hacked. So I think that's stupid, and they should maybe change that in some way. I don't know what way, but they should change it. This one right here made all horses electric to help with current prices. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that has to also deal with NFTs. Added a button to send all love, hugs, and warm coffees to our support staff, without whom Conan Exiles and Funcom wouldn't be the same today, which is cool. Yes, show some support to the staff in Conan Exiles and Funcom, because this game is cool. I really like it. I recommend all of y'all to play Conan Exiles if you have not yet. And then this one right here, basically just a similar thing to this one right here. And then so one more thing, animation and cinematic fixes. You cannot doubt to praise Ymir, which is funny, and it's also pretty cool. A new animation that they add in Conan Exiles, that's cool. And I do know why they add this, because you're gonna see on the screen right now that they retweeted somebody doing like a dab of some sort in the game. So I'm assuming that's why they added this dab emote to praise Ymir. But anyways guys, that's gonna be all for today. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, also turn on notifications so you could get notified of new videos here on this channel. Anyways, peace.